Boys and dolls, it's Thursday a day, and it's the 29th of August, and put a video out last night about Tommy. So obviously this is about Tommy, and I know, I leave my comments on, so I do. I've only took my comments off on one post, and that was about my mate over the road, because I knew what would have came. But I'll leave my comments on, and there is you see some arguing between you, you know what I mean? And I'm not new here. I'm thinking some of them are directed at me and that and stuff, you know what I mean? Trying to work it all out, but I'm starting to get the hang of it. So if I ever reply to you, because I try and reply to everybody, so if I ever reply to you and I've taken something the wrong way, just ignore me. You know, if you watch my videos, you're aware. It's nothing. I don't mean no bad by it. But I want to address people as well, the haters, about Tommy. This is what I think of yous, and this is just me being honest. And if you don't like it, there's nothing I can do about that. But this is my opinion. See, if you still hate Tommy with everything you now know, one, you're just a hateful person, or two, you haven't actually had a look properly. Because when you think about it, what man or woman could turn around and hate somebody for just telling the truth? And not just that, the amount of hate he gets from the government, you know what I mean? Surely you must see, if a government hates somebody so much, then, or are you on the government side? I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it really does not make any sense to me at all why people hate Tommy Robinson. Obviously, certain people will hate Tommy Robinson, because not everybody likes the truth getting told, especially if you're on the end of that truth. You understand? But, you know, very strange. Very strange that people have so much hatred for a man, when I know exactly everything about that man from day dot of his activism. And because he's an open book, you know, he's an open book. Everything bad about Tommy's out there, trust me. Believe you me, do you not think if there was anything bad on Tommy that they had on Tommy, it would be well out there? Jeez, oh, come on guys. You know that. Everybody knows that. Deep down, you people that hate Tommy must know that. Anyway, that's that out of the way. To all the Tommy supporters, so all we can do right now is get behind Tommy and what he does, you know. As you know, I don't want to say too much, because it's not ever my place. All I can do is advise people, you know what I mean. And my advice is just to get behind him. If you can support him financially, you know what I mean. A fiver even, you know, a couple of quid. I mean, that's all it takes. That's all it takes to help a man, you know. I might, you know, you, in your eyes think it's a lot, but you know, all them 2 quids add up, so they do. You know what I mean? So yeah, and it's helptommy.com. Help Tommy. I'll stick a link up, so I will. So basically, what's happened is because so the original charge. So you know the video that blows the government right out of the water for telling huge lies. You know what I mean? They took that wee boy to Europe and put him in front of, I think, the European Parliament and all that, and they had him sitting in the House of Parliament. You get me? Now, it's not the wee boy's fault. We all know that, you know? Wee boy has problems. He come from a really bad area like me. Not as bad as, I'm not saying serious like Belfast, but in Belfast in the 70s was pretty... enough bombs were going off to scare me, So, yeah. I get it. I'm not. It's not. Please do not think like that. You know what I mean? There's nothing but children involved in this story. Nothing but children. The real victims are children. Children. Believe you me. You don't know the damage that it's put on the 2 of these children. This whole thing. You know what I mean? But the main thing is, the most damage was done to Bailey. One was being paraded around Parliament, and the other one was being trailed through the media as some sort of monster. 15-year-old boy, this is. A 15-year-old British boy. Piers Morgan. Loads of them, they're to blame. They were all to blame. They all jumped on it. You know what I mean? Absolutely terrible what they did. Absolutely terrible. And none of us would have knew. We would have all believed what our fucking news was telling us and what the newspapers and what the government was telling us. We would have all been none the wiser. You know? Only for Tommy going down there and investigating it properly with hidden cameras and finding out what was actually going on. Because he's hearing one thing. And then, you know, because we hear things on the street. It's like, it's happened loads of times. It's happened loads of times. And I can't even talk about them because you just can't, you're not allowed to talk about them. This is the best about it. Things that's really bad's happened to people I know, young guys, and even in Scotland. You know? And I can't tell you about it and what happened and the whole carry on about it because it's nuts. It's nuts. And there's still victims, you know what I mean? There's family members. It's horrible, absolutely horrible that this happens, you know? That this happens in this country. But I'm off topic there, but you know, it's a big white. It's bigger, it's like Tommy says, it's bigger than him. It's bigger than all of us, it's bigger than the movement. You know, it's bigger than the UK freedom movement. This is huge. This affects every one of us. It affects our children. You know, you've got to really look into this and see it for what it is. You know, if you haven't seen it, it's on X, Silenced. It's called 65 million views. It's had. So that's what he's going. So it was shown in America. So basically, what happened? They took Tommy to court, right, for slander or something like that, defamation. You know what I mean, of character. So he had to prove to them that what he was saying was true, and this is what the documentary was about. He was proving that he was innocent, but whenever this judge seen it, the judge straight away put a banning order on it that he couldn't show it to anybody. They found him guilty, and he was ordered to pay £1 million odd or whatever it was. You know, for, you know, this is how serious it is. You know what I mean? He was found guilty for proving that the government lied, and he was found guilty for doing that. And then they told him that nobody else can see this video. You can't, if you show this video to anybody, we're going to jail. You know, imagine that. Imagine, think about that for a wee minute. Imagine you put all that work in to prove your innocence. You know, stop yourself going to jail. And then the judge says, aye, whatever, you're not showing that to anybody, guilty. You know what I mean? You know, that's a really scary thing. That's like China. You know what I mean? We aren't like that. We've never been like that. We've had a really good system. I've spent more time, as much time in jail as most, and like, trust me, we have a good system. You know? My last time in jail, I went to trial. I had a fair trial. You know, it wasn't. I've got my gripes. You know what I mean? But that was my fault. I should have done better. I should have seen the bigger picture, and I should have done better at that trial. But it was a jury trial, and it was a fair trial. You know, so we have a really good system. You know, we have a good system. You just got to be clever. That's the problem. You know. But it's there for everybody, you know what I mean? You are innocent until proven guilty, and it's brilliant, you know, and we should remember how good that is, you know. But here we have a situation where Tommy's like, you know, now you're going to be jailed for 4 years, you know, and the first time it was shown in America, so he'd already been charged. Basically, he knew he was getting done with that, so then he said, fuck it, might as well just show it, and he showed it at the rally. At the protest, whatever you want to call it, on the 27th of July to Trafalgar Square, you know. First coffee, and that's what it's about. This is what it's about. Now they're charging them twice, so that's 2 years each, 4 years, 4 years for exposing the government and the courts, you know. People, this is like. Honestly, guys, if you've stuck to the end of this and you don't like Tommy, please do your research. You know what I mean? If you've got any time for me at all, and I know I've got a lot of hate. I know that, right? But I am genuine, 100%. Whatever I tell you is all I know and the truth, and I don't bullshit and I don't make things up. And, you know what I mean? And I'm not here to hate anybody. I would never use this platform for any malicious reasons at all, and I would never take a penny off anybody. I'm here for my daughter and my daughter only. Please believe me. Tommy Robinson is a good man. I can't tell you this. I do not folly bad men. I wouldn't want my daughter looking back at me and thinking I was supported somebody that was bad. You got to understand that. I'm not delusional. You know, I know people are, he's no right. Honestly, I've looked at this long and hard, over and over again. You know, I don't get behind people like this, you know. But it's a travesty what's happening to this man. I mean, on the biggest scale I've ever seen in my life. And I can't imagine, I don't know a man stronger than him that could keep doing it. You know, after the first time, that would have been it. You know, he's lost everything. His wife, he hardly sees his kids because he's under so much threat. There's not a man in more danger in this country than Tommy Robinson right now. Now, that's not fair. That's not fair. They're the only men, dangerous men in this country, right? They're all the men on the watch list and everything. And I'm telling you, Tommy Robinson's the most threatened man in this country. You know? There's more men trying to kill Tommy Robinson in this country than any other man. You know? And I know them all. All them over in Northern Ireland. All the names. All the gangsters in Glasgow and Aberdeen and down in London. And not so much London anymore, but, you know, Liverpool, Manchester. You know what I mean? All dangerous men, but loads of enemies. But none of them's got anywhere near as hate Tommy Robinson's got. That's not right. That's not right, guys. You know, it's not fair. It's, you know what I mean? It's not fair. It's you know, it's, you know what I mean? It's unbelievably not fair, and I can't emphasize it enough because it's heartbreaking. It's heartbreaking to hear people hating him still and saying he's a Zionist and all this. You know what I mean? If he was a Zionist, they wouldn't be doing this to him. Can you not see what you are saying? It sounds ridiculous. They wouldn't be going after him as hard. Say, our government's in bed with Lemons. If he was one of Lemons, he'd be okay. Oh, so frustrating. So frustrating. You know, they've took everything off him. Everything. That's why he needs help. That's why he needs us to keep helping him. You know what I mean? He needs protection. It's not just about court cases. It's about his lifestyle. He can't just live the way we live. You know? And that's just part of what the circumstances of what he's done, you know what I mean? And like trying to warn us and alert people to what's going on, you know what I mean? And you've got to really understand. I wish you could see what you wouldn't know right now. What you wouldn't know if it wasn't for Tommy Robinson. I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, it's so frustrating. But listen, it is what it is. You know what I mean? This is what's happening. They're charging him again. And I don't think he's going to make it this time. And I'm not singing. I'm 100%. Like, I reckon if they get him in the jail again, they are going to have him done away. And, you know, it will happen. You know what I mean? It will happen. And, you know, it'll be a situation, an unfortunate situation. You know what I mean? And it'll be somebody that's already doing a long sentence that doesn't care, you know? But this is what we know, is what's going on with the facts of life right now. There's no bigger truth right now than what I've told you. You know, unfortunately. Listen, have a good day. And I don't know what else to say. I'm actually pretty gutted. Like, you know, I'm quite emotional because, you know, it doesn't matter who it is. I couldn't see anybody get done like this. You know what I mean? It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Speak to you all soon, guys.